I'm going to make it pretty quick and simple. I'm really proud of my team. I thought today, when you look back at the course of the season, this might be one of the more complete games that we played in terms of production and positive impact from a lot of different players. So as is the case, every SEC game, there's always going to be some sort of ebb and flow to the game, foul trouble, things happen. And I was just really proud of a few of the players that stepped up. Number one, Camille Pierre, thought came in, especially in the first half, and did some great things. Bella LaChance, as usual, plays, big minutes. They're not always very many of them, but they're big for us when we need them. And then, of course, Jordan Cambridge and Ayanna Moore are the double whammy. They were great today in terms of not only handling pressure, handling physicality. Ayanna had 37 points on 17 shots. That's hard to do, guys. She makes stuff that's really hard to do look really easy. And the same with Jordan Cambridge. I think the thing that I'm most proud of after what we saw at Florida or versus Florida last game was our offensive efficiency. We had 29 assists on 38 buckets. We still had 13 turnovers, but gosh, that's a lot better than 25. So it's a step in the right direction. Really, really, really proud to be 3-0 in the SEC. Got to celebrate today and get back to work tomorrow.
All right, we're going to open the floor for questions. If you do have any questions, please raise your hand in the chat. Put the raise hand emoji in the chat. We will go ahead and we will start with Ayanna Morris.
Starting 3-0 in SEC play, that's big, and that matches your guys' win total for conference play last year. What kind of progress does that mean to you?
I was just told that. I didn't even think about that until after the game. There's a lot of things that we're doing that have surpassed the last 2 years. I think it just shows that our process is working, right? So the things that we have doubled down on, the things that we emphasize every day, being relentlessly consistent in our approach to those things, both on and off the court, is now, I think our players are seeing the result of that. There is positive, we're making a positive step for our program. I also want to say, this isn't just this team. So one of the cool things that you guys don't know is that Kaija Harbison was here today. She was in the locker room after the game. She won 3 total games last year, and we had to fight our butts off for all 3 of those games in the SEC tournament or in the SEC play. So I just was really proud of that she was here to see the step forward that we took, and that she knows that she laid the foundation for it. It's going to be us stacking success and whatever that looks like every day, stacking it together one day, 1 hour, 1 possession, 1 play at a time. And I'm not even kidding. That's what I tell our kids in the huddle. This is going to be the way the game goes. This is going to be the way the season goes. We just have to try to win the possessions we can with the things we can control and let the results take care of themselves. So 3-0 feels great. But the sun is going to rise tomorrow. The season is not over. We haven't won any championships, but we are going in the right direction. So we'll celebrate on the bus home, get up tomorrow, get back to work.
All right, Aria, Tennessean, go ahead, Aria.
Yeah, how big has Ayanna Moore's kind of offensive explosion the past couple of games been for you guys?
I don't know that we would be where we are right now without it. I think it's huge for us, obviously, and I'm happy for our team. I think it's enormous for her. You can talk to Ayanna 4 months ago. She was really struggling. When you get back onto the court after an injury that she went through, there's a lot that it can kind of feel like you're a fish out of water. There's a lot that can feel not right. And we talked a little bit about this after one of the recent games, guys, but there's a lot of different ways that players can respond to that. So what you're seeing from Ayanna is who she is. That kid wants to be great. This is who Ayanna Moore is. And now, remember, this is really just the beginning for her. So as you watch her every single day, it's not even just the points that she's scoring, it's the plays that she's making. It's her defensive intensity and intelligence is picking up. She's becoming a great communicator, a great teammate, somebody that we can trust in and out of the game, in and out of the locker room. And I think, if you asked her, she would tell you that she's learning a lot from Jordan Cambridge, our veteran leader, our stalwart. And I think that's a great thing for Ayanna, but I also think that's a great thing for Jordan to be able to do it with her together. So it's hard to even put it into words, honestly, Aria. I don't know if I can speak to it, but we wouldn't be where we are without her.
Chris Harris, go ahead.
Coach, congratulations on the success so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also had a question about Ayanna. When you've got a girl who's scoring so efficiently, what she missed 3 shots all night, when someone's on a heater like that, do you keep wanting to feed her the ball? What's your philosophy on that?
You do, you do. I think for us, it's just trying to simplify. So I don't want to overdo it. And you also have to pay attention to, okay, if she can do that and also share the ball a little bit so that they can't double and triple team her, trap her, then that's kind of where you want to have that happy medium. They made it, Kentucky was really aggressive and we started to figure out towards the end of the game, but they were making it tough just by trapping full court. So a lot of the things she got at the end of the game were her moving around, us moving the ball, and wide open shots. We didn't have to call offense. The ball just finds great scores. There's people that the ball just finds. And I think as a coach, as you get, and not for me, as I get longer into my career, one of the things I learned from Coach Ayanna is most of the time, coaches, we can only screw things up. You gotta let your players grow. You gotta trust them. You gotta teach them the concepts that you want them to learn and know on both ends of the floor. And then during the game, you gotta guide them, but you gotta trust them to play. I have 4 timeouts. I can't call. I tell them that in time. I can't call every play. You guys just have to make plays when things are taken away. And if we can figure that out as we get into February and March, we're not the only team in the world that scouts. So people are going to scout. They run this play. They run this. We're going to take this away. If you can learn how to be a great team and play conceptually and just make plays for each other, then you become unguardable. And I think Ayanna Moore is taking a big step to becoming unguardable.